Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today you find me out on another walk. I'm in the car park to the east of Canterbury Ring. Just doing part 2 of my last video. I was trying to get to Highden House and Highden Copse, to the east of Canterbury and to the north of Montham Court. To other places where I've filmed previous videos. On my last video I parked up in Washington and crossed the A24, walked up onto the downs. Unfortunately I couldn't get across to Highden House or the copse. The footpaths basically just directed me all to the west and towards Chantry. So I'm going to start from this car park this time. Didn't want to do this crossing because I've got to get across the A24 and there is no footbridge to cross this, and it is a busy dual carriageway, so not an ideal place to cross. But luckily it's mid-morning on a weekday, so could be worse times to do that. So it's going to get very noisy around here. I'll get back to you on the other side of the road. So got away from the road now and come to a junction. This one I think takes me to my previous walk, so I'm going to head down this direction, see where it takes us. By the looks of things, it's a well-used track, but by horses. So I'm guessing some of the farms down there are using it for access to walk the horses. So I'm filming this in December 2021. So as you can see, the trees are still hanging onto their leaves amazingly. So makes it a pretty walk. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this walk is that looking on old maps I'd seen that in this area there seemed to be two estates, Rodale and Highden, and then south of that Montham, and couldn't find really much about Highden House on the internet, but I think that's because it's changed its name to Junction House and it's now currently a boarding school, and didn't seem to find much information. They all seem to be obviously getting you to go into the school and put your kids in there, albeit if you can afford the expensive bills. So, but on the maps around Highden Copse was a tumuli. And as you probably know from some of my previous videos, I found it interesting how many different tumuli there are in this area, and a lot of them have been removed through farming, and on the newer maps the tumuli seems to be missing. So my suspicion is that there probably was once a burial of some description up there. If of course they are burials. It's pretty muddy down here now, so hopefully I won't fall over. So yeah, I suspect the tumuli has been removed. Whether I'll be able to get to it is another thing, because like I said, a lot of this land has been privatised and there doesn't seem to be a lot of access to it. So along this track we come across the back of, I'm going to call the Gatehouse to Junction. If you've ever travelled the A24, you'll probably be familiar with that property. It's right next to the road and has 1864 written in big letters across the front of it. Another property up there, but we're going to head off in a southerly direction. A bit further along, it's just starting to get a bit more wooded. The structure in the woods, and we're going to head down in this direction. Interesting to find an old structure here. I believe it's a structure. It looks to me like an old brick wall of some description, and the pathway seems to be like a sunken pathway. So at the end of that track it took me down to Junction school area, and the buildings you see in the centre there are the old gardens for the house, which is now being used as a wedding venue. The footpath looked like it took me up past the White House, but it doesn't seem that you got access to that. I didn't film down there because I didn't think it was appropriate. It is a school, there's CCTV in operation down there, and it was very busy, lots of cars, lots of people, lots of signs saying private property keep out, private roads keep out. Where I am at the moment is on a bridleway, which is not marked on the app that I've got, and it does say it's a private road, but it is a bridleway, so I'm going to head up in this direction. I did talk to a member of staff who queried why I was there, and she said that there are footpaths up in this area, so I'm going to head off in this direction. So I found my next sign, which is pointing footpath heading back towards Washington, or not footpath, bridleway, and one in this direction. And got to this Tjunction, no signpost, but then hidden down here another one. So I'm going to head in that direction and see where it takes me. So I've got to the top, and I hope it's not too windy and you can hear me, but come to a very complicated junction. So in that direction is Holt Lane, and the copse of woods you can see on the top there is where Muntham graves are, above Muntham Court. also the site of a Roman temple, and that direction is the gun club, and I was hoping to get to there, but to be honest it didn't look that promising from the map data. But I have walked this, I've ridden this pathway before, and I know when you get to the top of this, it's going to fork off to the left and steer you away from the clump of trees that I was interested in. So I'm just going to show you on a map what I was talking about. I was after Highden beaches, which near there was a tumuli that I said all fenced off in private property, no access, so I don't think there's any point in continuing on in that direction. I'm going to head back down and go back to the car a different way, and hopefully you will be able to see some bits of Highden House. So I'm back to the first sign. I'm going to head off in this direction down this bridleway, which will take me back to the A24. So the footpath has come out to the west of the A24, and just an interesting perspective on this section of the Downs. You generally don't get to see it from here, because if you are driving down the A24 you're travelling too fast to be able to have a good look around. You can see down into the farm. Looking back in that direction though, it's all trees. Don't think I'm going to get any sight of Highden House, so what I'll probably end up doing is just finding some freely available pictures of it on the internet to show you what it looks like today. Like I said, there's not much details of anything else online. It seems to almost have disappeared. Right, we'll head off in this direction. So these are the gates for it. I've ended up on the A24. And that's about all you can see from the road. So I think I'm going to call it a day on this video. I'd just like to say thanks for watching. If you could like and subscribe, it will help me make more videos just like this.